lots of tea. They talk about everything. Rolls on, I'm calling my mom. Paul is here, Barb too, and they talk about everything. Rolls on, I'm calling my mom.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast. It's really been a while before I've said that. I feel like a piece of me has been missing since we have not been able to record a proper episode. So I feel like I'm going to reintroduce myself. I am Paul. The creative vision and the
The
person who's
boss.
yeah, who was keeping this project and show on the rails. And we have our beautiful talent extraordinaire and fan favorite Barb, my mother. Say hi to the people, Barb.
I know. Hi. I feel like we've been going forever.
I have too. That's why I was like, this was really special. And to really showcase the commitment is that Barb just got done working a 12-hour shift. We're doing this the night before Sunday. It is 5:37 p.m. my time, which is 8:30 p.m. Barb's time. So this is true commitment to the community, to you listening right now. And I just wanted to thank you for listening, because I feel like the people are the reason that we get inspired to keep doing this. I'm like, I like being able to talk to you. I like having someone to listen to something on a Monday morning, commuting into work or their afternoon. And we're here to give you a recap of where we've been for the last couple of weeks during our summer vacay.
Some big recaps.
Some big recaps. But I want to start off first with the summer vacation was totally necessary.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I tried to think that we could produce a podcast, edit it, plan it, set it up. We couldn't. It just was, I was catching myself being taken out of the vacation, because as much as I love doing this, my brain thinks and I start getting creative and start thinking that I need to do things and plan it out. And I just was like, realistically, we can't do this. So it felt like a perfect time to put a little pause for me to regroup.
Yes, totally.
I have been feeling a little burnt out. There's a lot of moving pieces in my life right now, and I feel like I'm in this transitional era of my life where, I really want to keep building this podcast and this community and this business, so to say, if you want to call it that. And, we work, we have family, we have friends, we have significant others, and
well, some of us.
I was maybe speaking for myself, but for people who are listening who maybe feel the same way of knowing what that burnout can feel like, it's a lie, especially when you're passionate about something like this. Like,
yeah, totally.
This, to me, I'm very passionate. Also, it's just so natural in our lives. That's why I said it's like, not doing this, I feel like a piece of me has been missing not doing this with you, even though I'm with you. When I was I was with my mom for 2 weeks, and I felt like not doing this with you, even though we were together, just felt different. Like, we're like, no, this is our 1 week that, one time a week that we sit here across from each other and talk and hash it out. And it felt different not incorporating this into our life to some degree. So
I know. But I think you being here and trying to do that would have been like so all over the place.
Oh yeah. I was, if you just heard that, Barb just knocked out the mic while she was throwing her hands up in the air. So I 100% feel that way. I feel like it just, it's like when you're home, you first of all, I needed a week. We're going to get into all the extravaganza and fun that we got into. But yeah, I needed a week. And then that extra week that I stayed with you, it was, seeing my close friends that are like family, and, regrouping, with people I haven't seen. And I also just genuinely like being able to just like sit on the couch with my mom and my brother at the end of the day and order Cold Stone Creamery and watch the 7-Year Itch with Marilyn Monroe and just kiki and chill. And it's I'm a big supporter and believer of turning your brain off and resetting. So I hope that it works somewhere, because I'm like, I'm
Yeah, you need a
exhausted.
vacation from the vacation. I think
100%.
it took me 2 days to recoup after you left.
I know. I was gonna say, did you miss waking up and not seeing me anymore?
Absolutely. It was weird.
It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. And it
But
was, lovely to come home and my house would be immaculate.
yeah.
I had lines in my carpet, no dishes in the sink, you know, my vanity reorganized,
Yeah, I
everything.
don't keep me at your house for too long, because what I would do is end up reorganizing my mom's rooms that she has there. I completely
Yeah,
organized her vanity for her because the makeup on it was stressing me out. Every day there was lines. As soon as she walked in the door from work, there's lines in the carpet to let her know that she's in a clean home. The dishes are always done.
you could smell the Lysol.
Yeah, everything. I'm like, I don't play, because that also is like a stress reliever for me. It's like
Yes.
that's my way of showing love to somebody,
All the
because
blankets were made like
mhm.
folded, everything. It was just pristine. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That's
I
my love
appreciate
language.
that. Yes, I know. I know.
That's my
Yes.
love language for people. So
I
if I'm
mean,
at
I
your
couldn't
house,
find my blush and I couldn't find my lipstick, but it looks wonderful.
it's the aesthetics that matter. And you have a clean vanity. You might not know where an earring is, or
Totally.
a lipstick is, but it's the act of getting it done, and making sure it's clean. But I want to thank everybody for staying with us, and locking
Yeah.
back in, and showing love on social media, and just like engaging in like all the little new TikToks and reels that we put out, and just asking when the new episodes are coming out. So I want to say thanks, and to let you know that we got 8 more episodes left of this bad boy.
Oh, Lordy.
I know, and I'm gonna get into that too, because I was like, we want people to know we're still following the journey of Barb's dating life. We put a little pause on it for a minute, because Barb needs to regroup too, and lock in, and
Yeah.
know and figure out what she wants. So,
Yeah. The pause on that was, you know, so
well,
worth it because, it is what it is.
well, we did try to find some potentials while we were in New York City. So what happened was, I flew in from LAX to Philly. My boyfriend Jordan came with me. It's me, my mom, my brother Brett, Jordan, and myself. And we literally landed in Philly. I think like one day, it was like late at night, touchdown. Got Alessio's sub, some pickles, some desserts. We hit all the stops at Alessio's Bakery. Shout out. And
Yeah.
then
Jordy was like, "What is this place?"
let me tell you something about a Jersey deli.
Yeah.
Something about a Jersey deli will get you right. They got it, there's just something different. It's not like in LA. Like, I want to go to the place that has the pickles in the tub and you pull them out with the prongs. Like, that's how I
Yes.
know your shit is legit, if you have a pickle prong picker, because that's how I know that you're gonna throw down in the kitchen and make a good sandwich, or hoagie,
Yes,
if you
but
will.
we also got hoagies or a
Mhm.
sandwich. Then, you can't go to Lycia's. We got dessert.
Yeah, I
Then
think
we got the pizza.
one of the cupcakes was still left in your fridge when I left. So,
I
yes, so we
know.
got tons of desserts. But so we then decided that we were going to New York City the next day, where my boyfriend Jordan was going to live his best life and
Best life.
see 3 musicals in one day. And
Anybody I tell that to, they're like, "What?"
yeah, the commitment's unreal.
The commitment. Like, literally from one to the other, from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night.
I am a big believer of letting your significant other do things that make them happy, and you might not be on board with it, and that's fine. But if they're happy, that's what matters. And I know how much he loves it. So I said, you know what? We'll go to one. Me, my mom, and brother will choose one with you, and you can go to the other 2 yourself. So we as a family collectively decided to go see Death Becomes Her,
Ugh,
which had Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child and Megan Hilty, who is a Broadway
amazing.
legend.
Amazing.
And
I think you even enjoyed that.
No, I did for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I said, I don't want to hear anybody shit talking about Michelle's talent. Stop comparing her to Beyonce and
No,
Kelly because
yes.
she held it the fuck down and is a true
Amazing.
trifecta. She can sing, dance, perform. Stop playing with Michelle.
She just didn't they just all come out on Beyonce's last
Oh
tour
yeah, yeah,
date?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they had a moment together, but I'm just like,
And
stop
I
with.
was like, "Oh, because she's amazing."
Yeah, she
That's
is.
single mom Michelle.
I 100%. So
Yes.
we had a quick New York City trip. It was a
24
whirlwind.
hours.
We, Barb, me, her, and Brett, my brother, we were like, what can we do to spend the day while, Jordan's at all these musicals? So we left it up to my brother to decide for what we're gonna do while we're gonna kill time. And he decided to go with the Sex Museum of Sex.
Yeah. I where that came from, I don't even know. But I was
I
like, well, I didn't even know until we got there. It was like, "No, don't tell mom until we get there."
well,
So then I get there and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Because it literally looked like a store on a strip mall kind
yes,
of,
she had no idea what she was getting into. She thought like the
No.
museum was just like the first floor that we walked into. It was literally just like you could buy like whips and dildos and like butt plugs, and she
All
was
kinds of stuff. I was like, "What? This is the museum?"
yeah, Barb didn't know what she was getting herself into, and then long
Well, the
behold,
other 3
there's like levels. There's levels to this.
till the other 3 levels.
There
Worse,
was
worse, even worse.
there was things on like I couldn't post this on TikTok, but there literally was like a sex blow up doll of a man with like his dick showing, and like he was just out there for everyone to see. There was just like
A
people
metal thing?
a
I don't even know what it was, but metal. Who's touching any type of metal?
I don't know. There was things that went in people like this.
That's
I'm
what I'm
like, I
saying,
don't.
that were metal.
Yeah, I don't. I
I
don't.
didn't even understand half the stuff, but it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, there was things in there that I was like, yo, I didn't even know this existed. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a good time. I mean,
I mean, museums you do go to learn, so I guess we can say we learned.
there was a there was a coochie dipped in pop rocks, and it was a piece of art in the middle
Oh,
centerpiece,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
That was
literally
funny.
like stood in front of it, but like it would change. It was like 3D, so you would like move, and it was just
Yeah.
like I don't know if it was like a plant, and then all of a sudden it was a coochie with pop rocks on it, and
That's
like
what I thought it was. I thought it was a bunch of little flowers. Like,
it
when
was
I first walked, you know what I mean? Like, when you first walked, and then as you walked, it would, like, change to a
it,
different way. Yeah.
it was scary. I was like, I don't know who wants this in their living room as a piece of art, but definitely as a conversation starter. And
The whole museum was a conversation starter. Yeah.
another thing that I couldn't post because it would have gotten flagged on TikTok was the picture of you and Brett. You guys are just like, like admiring the art. And it's literally a big coochie just out full throttle, lips and all. And I'm like, okay, if only I could post this for people to really see what this looks like right now.
It was different. It
It was
was
very
different.
different. What would you rate the Museum of Sex now that you did it? It was fun.
As in, like, rating it for the
Like,
experience?
yeah, like 1 to 5. What are you giving it? Like, I love it, like it, cute, hate it, not for me.
I'm, like, out of a 5, like, a 2.5.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Not a 2.5.
Well, I mean, the stuff they had in there was just, like, so bizarre, but it wasn't, like do you know what I mean? Like, it
Well, me
was
and Brett got to jump on inflatable boobies. That was the only
yeah,
time we'll ever.
that's
That's
what
the
I
only.
mean, like,
That's
they
the
were
only. That's the
funny.
closest we'll ever get to it. Is inflatable ones in a museum. But you should have. Like you got to witness that. How pivotal as a mom.
I know. Wow. Let me check that off the list.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Put it in
then.
put it in your little baby books.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah. Almost 33 years old was my first time. The closest I've ever gotten to boobs.
That's
Well,
funny.
then we left New York City and then went to the Poconos. And this was our Poconos 2.0 trip because everybody knows our first time last year around your birthday was not the vibe
No,
because, the power went out.
it went down.
Yeah, power went out. Your car broke down. There was
Brett
goddamn,
almost passed out.
yeah, werewolves outside. It started pouring down, raining. The electricity went. Yeah,
Yeah.
hot ass
Right,
mess.
yes.
So we were like, okay, we're gonna elevate this trip. This is gonna be our Poconos 2.0. We're bringing Jordan with us, and we're gonna elevate the experience. So I was like, let me look for a place that feels more like our vibe, and we found this cute
Very
lake.
cute.
Yeah,
Very
backyard was right to the lake. I personally thought it was private, and then I realized that there was other people who were on the beach, which I wasn't a fan of. But
I know.
I wanted to be more secluded, not to be like snooty bitch. But I just was like, I didn't want. I just wanted that to be a
I know.
personal
I know.
moment.
No, I agree. But it wasn't bad. It was still small. Like you had to be in a house on the lake to be there. So
Yeah,
it
and
wasn't like a public kind of thing.
the place was so cute though. It had a game room. Everyone had their own room. Barb did for me and Jordy to.
Yeah, we
the-
walk in and there's like when you walk, there's 3 bedrooms, but the one bedroom is downstairs, and they were like, which was very sweet. It had like skylights and it had glass windows and it was a nice size. And they were like, Mom, you can have that. And I was like, hell no, I'm not sitting down on the lower level all by myself while you guys are upstairs. They're going to get me first. Hell to the no. I was like, you guys can have that. I'm upstairs. Brett had a room upstairs. I had a room upstairs.
She's like, I'm out. I'm out. She's like,
No!
at least there's 2 of them to take the murderer that's going to come in,
Exactly.
and there's 1 of me. So she's like, this is up for you guys to handle it. So
Hell no, I was upstairs.
we,
Door
Yeah.
locked that night.
I was a little scared at night. It was like,
Yeah.
you would look out, and if like the lights were on, you're like, oh, if there's a murderer out here, they're looking at me.
Yeah, you can't see.
No, you don't
You
see.
can't see out as much as probably someone can see in because we have the lights on.
I don't know what it is to ever like. I love the woods. Like I did it for my birthday last year in Idlewild. Everyone knows about that experience where we were in the
Yeah.
glass house and I slept with a knife next to me every night. But this felt kind of almost similar, like where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm scared.
I wasn't that scared, but I
No, well,
was scared enough that I don't want to be downstairs.
No,
Yeah.
but the lights would come on like outside out of no, and they weren't censored. It was
Yes.
weird. That like started freaking me out a little
Yeah,
bit.
that freaked me out a little bit
Um,
until Jordy realized that they're like on a timer. It just
I
clicks
still
on
don't
for
believe it
something.
because they were coming off like by themselves. No, it was not on a timer.
Probably like some kind of little rodent out there or something.
I just was like not a fan. But
Uh-uh.
we had like a movie night where we were like, we're picking campy movies to fit into the theme. And
That was
campy,
fun. I know that was fun.
you took campy literal and you chose
The Great Outdoors.
yes, which is actually like a camping movie. I did Valley of the Dolls with
Mhm.
Sharon Tate because that is apparently like a cult classic and it's super campy and I had never seen it.
I've never seen it. It was very, very good.
It was
Yeah.
good, right? I liked
It was
it.
good. It was sad.
It was sad.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was campy.
No, it was the editing was so
Yeah, but
much-
that's the times, like the way that
No,
everybody talked and stuff.
no, girl. It's campy, no, it's a campy movie.
We were looking for an outdoorsy, woodsy movie.
Do you know what campy means?
Yeah, like funny, like odd, weird, right?
No, it's like Katy
Like
Perry.
funny.
Katy Perry as
Yeah.
a person is like campy is like over the top. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be like so. Like you take that, like say there's something like this small, and you're gonna make it 20 times bigger. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
overdo the campiness. So it's like Katy Perry. What does she do? She comes out with like a toilet. Like that's like at her shows, and she's got a little like shit turd that's on the tweet. Like
Yeah,
she's
yes.
you're doing that as like over the top. Maybe that wasn't the best
Yes.
reference, but you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah, no. Like she came out as a cheeseburger or something, I think.
yes, exactly. Yes. And then Jordy picked
True.
Troop Beverly Hills,
Mhm.
which is iconic.
Yeah.
And that is both campy and campy.
Yeah.
And then Brett picked the Megan Fox cult classic, Jennifer's Body, which we all love and appreciate in this household because it was the first rated R movie that I was ever able to purchase on my own because it was 3 days after my 17th birthday and I was able to get into it myself.
Look at you buying your own little ticket.
Mhm. And everybody knows how much I love a good Megan Fox movie in this house. So
And it was good. It was
it is
good.
great. It's
Like I
great.
remember watching like even Troop Beverly Hills, like
Yeah. Well, that's like hilarious.
yeah, but I don't like remember watching it like fully from start to finish.
Yeah.
So it was fun to watch all of those movies start to finish.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then, Jordan was like,
As we ate s'mores.
yeah, well, we didn't get to indulge as much as I would have liked to, but
Well, we had to cook them inside. It was raining. So
yeah,
Jordy put them in. They were oven s'mores.
yeah. The way you're saying that, say that again.
S'mores.
You're like schmores.
I know.
Well, he really thought he was going to cook for us every night. That was his goal, which he did.
He did, which was lovely.
But there was a local, and I say local loosely because there was like a Walmart by us. And it was not as close as everybody thought. So he's like, I'm going to cook every night. I'll be right back. We were waiting around for 4 hours before he returned home. Everybody was like hangry. It
Oh
was
my
late as
God.
hell, hot. It was like 4 hours had gone by. And we're like, yo, are you okay? Like, where did you go? Like, we thought he wasn't going to come back and he took your car.
No, apparently he was very amused with it. He even came back and said that he had his podcast on and was walking up and down every aisle.
Yeah, he was like tuned in. He loved it. Like it was a little getaway from him. So in the midst of him doing that, what I decided to do was put on the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast on every possible TV in that household because we're gonna get our streams up. And if no one's gonna advocate for you the way you're gonna advocate for yourself. So listen, and guess what? There was all these people who left their accounts on at the house and they had their YouTube accounts on. So guess what? They're a new subscriber of the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast. So we're gonna take every number we can get.
We take what we can get, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
So when Jordan came back, there was a little, we have great moments as a family, but there was a little dispute, if you will, and it happened with Brett and Jordan. They got into a little argument.
Like brothers do.
Mhm. Because Jordan is very particular about how he likes things organized and dealt with. And when he came back, I think he was a little angry too because it was a longer trip than I think he expected.
Yes.
And, he asked everyone to come outside to help. And Brett decided to come out to help in his underwear and a blanket over top of him, which was not giving and signifying like, hey, I'm really here to help you vibes. So Jordan, I think, checked Brett a little bit and Brett got mad, stormed in, and then me and you were a little uncomfortable because then Jordan started removing the things that you had put in the fridge because it wasn't facing the right way. So then I was like, me and you were just like, I'm like, okay. So then he ended up apologizing to Brett. They worked it out. They
as
got
we
through
all
it,
do.
as we always do.
That's what family does.
But the moment of the Poconos that we really can't forget, and like this is something that is going to live in my mind rent free forever, is that you got
an expense on to me.
Yeah,
you
already know what I'm gonna say.
I know.
You got lost at sea in a lake.
No, my son stranded me.
No. In
a lake.
No. What happened was
your version.
Yeah,
your version.
No, because listen, I will be damned if I'm putting my whole body.
That's why. First, let me go back to just remember everyone that Jordy was at Walmart for 4 hours. Continue.
What do you mean about that?
Because I sat and got us a bunch of floats. They weren't good enough. So Jordy, when
No,
he
no, no,
went
because
to Walmart, had to make sure he brought Paul a
a special one.
special float.
Because
Continue.
hold
Continue
on,
the
let me make this
story.
straight. Let me make this straight. Let me get this straight, and let me let you know. It's because
Mhm. You don't
and
want your ass touching the water.
no,
Got
okay,
it.
listen. I love ocean water. I love pool water. I'm not fucking with pond, lake water like that. Whatever. It was given
Ce
brown. There was like little.
Cedar
There
water.
was yellow. There was little fucking guppies in there swimming around. I'm like, no, ma'am,
There
I'm not
was
doing this.
guppies.
There was. You saw them? I know. That's why I'm like,
Yes.
no.
They would,
There-
like, swim. I would sit and, like
Yeah, I was scared as hell. They were gonna come. Like, I'm like, no, 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 no. So, and then we heard the people that were like next door to us fishing. They said they caught like a goddamn python in the water. What was it called?
a moccasin
Oh
snake
yeah,
or
water snake, a
something,
water
or water
moccasin.
moccasin.
Which I'm not fucking around with that
Me
either.
neither.
So,
After that, I was like, "Oh, hell to the no."
and they got snapping turtles out in that motherfucker. We were in the woods, people. So I'm like, no, 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 no. So I knew going into this, my mom was very nice and kind, and she bought floats. But sweetie, I'm not putting my ass in the little tube where
Right,
they're
it
like
was the
this,
round it
and
was
you're
the
sticking
round.
your ass in it, so then a little snapping turtle can come up and bite you right on the ass cheek. No
I
fucking
didn't
thank
think
you.
it would like, I didn't think that it would be so low. Like, I
Mm-mm.
thought you would be up higher.
No, I don't know. You thought this thing was like a mega tube. I'm like, you're weighing at least like what, 140? I'm like, sorry, it's gonna start sinking, and you weigh more than the float. I'm sorry, it's not happening. And you got it from Walmart. Let's remember that. So
It
I
was a
was like,
it was a donut.
yeah,
It
no.
was legit looked like a donut. Had
Well,
a donut little picture on it.
I was like, I want to do a bed, if you will, like a bed in the lake, because I don't want any water touching me. I want to be just floating. My one goal was that I literally just want to be in pure bliss, reading my Chelsea Handler book, being one with nature. I sat out there. I had my Little Breeze drinks that I drank. Shout out to them. They need to start endorsing me because I'm putting all my friends onto them. They're the THC CBD lion's mane drinks, because a bitch still isn't drinking alcohol, and they're what I've been on for the last like almost 250 days. So I'm out there with my Little Breeze drinks. I'm on, reading my book, and I got my phone out there, and I just didn't want anything to touch me. I don't want water on me. I don't want anything splashing me. So what do you decide to do? You just
We're such
outdoors people.
like, why? Why did we think that?
Well, I
Like,
did
it
it.
was
I did.
nice
I
to be
know. I
it was nice to be in the Poconos, but then when we sit and rehash and think about things, we're like, yeah, we're probably not like the woodsy,
no, no, no. I did it.
outdoorsy
I did
kind
it.
of people. I know.
And I was not letting anyone kill my vibe. And what did you do? You come out to the water with me. You latch onto me, and you're like, "Oh, what is this? I don't like this."
I
Yes,
latched.
girl, you would not get off of me. You were killing the vibe. You're fucking it up. And I'm like, no, I'm out
I
here being
just tried to put
peaceful.
my feet on the
Mm-mm.
edge so they could stay out of the
No,
water,
she's
and
grabbed.
I had to
No,
I had to put my legs on your float to keep my legs out of the water, and then I had such stomach pains because my core I had
it
to
was
keep
so
my
tight from.
core up to keep my ass from touching it, that I was like, "I can't do this anymore."
No, I was like, I am not having you latch onto me. You were like locked, like literally white knuckling, holding on. And I'm like, no, because what starts happening is now we're in like the grass where they're saying that they just found anaconda out here. And I'm like, I'm not getting eaten, I'm not getting bit. So then I would then have to take the paddle and start paddling with one arm while you're holding on to me. So I'm moving the weight of two people. I'm starting to blistering with sweat. And I'm like, I just came out here to read my book in peace. So I'm sorry, I had to give you the chop, and you had
You
to.
did, and
Yeah.
I had my own book, and it wasn't a hardcover kind of book, it was just, like, all paper, so it's like a book, it's like 700 pages. Now that it's wet, it looks like it's
Yeah, it
like
was stacked. Yeah, because the pages started crumpling up in the. Yeah.
no, they,
Yeah, they increased in
fluffed up,
size. Yeah, exactly. They absorbed the water. They started growing. So
and
I
I
was.
had to fend for myself to get back to the land.
I was like, no, you're on your own. So it literally is like me right here, and then Barb is just like slowly starts drifting off, and you just see her, and she's far away, and she's like, help, help, like just
My feet are going so fast because
all I see her in like the shrubs and the weeds and the plants, and I was like, sorry, girl, survival of the fittest out here, and I'm out here for a purpose.
Jordy threw like an oar out to me, like to try to pull me, and it was like so marshy where he was. I was like,
Oh yeah,
I couldn't put my feet down. I'm like, no, I gotta keep going to where it's better land.
there was a little boat. Remember, I ate shit. I fell. Remember, I tried to pull.
Oh,
Yeah, no, not literal shit. Like, remember, I
no,
fell.
it's like, wait, what did
No.
I miss?
Katy Perry's turd. No, I was talking about.
Oh, I know.
There was a boat on the property, and I tried to pull everyone in, and it was soaking wet that I literally went slid right on my ass.
Yeah.
And my pride took a bigger hit than the pain, to be honest. So
I know. Like, you recouped quickly from that.
thank you. I tried, but I would say that the Poconos was a more successful trip than the previous one. What would you say?
100%. Yeah, loved it. We had the jacuzzi. We did the bonfire the one night. Yeah, it was just relaxing.
There were no potential men in sight for Barb.
No, that's for sure. I don't even think, I think Jordy's the only one. He even went to the outlets one day.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, he ended up coming back with like shopping, like bags of clothes that he probably like. You came to the Poconos to go shopping, okay?
Yeah. So I think we just all did our little thing. Yeah. Brett took the boat out himself the one day. Like, it's like a boat, like yeah.
We were on the hunt, but no men in New York City, no men in Poconos. That's for damn sure.
Not in that wilderness.
No. I mean, maybe it would have came in handy if you had a man, because he would have been able to jump in the water.
Right. I didn't see any coming running trying to save me.
You weren't a damsel in distress.
I was yelling help.
You were, yeah. And everyone's like, all right, she's fine. Just let her be. Something will happen.
But I had to psych my like whole self to keep going. I'm like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Yeah, it was like it was not happening. Not happening.
It was a lot. I was exhausted that night. I was like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, the stress just weighed too heavily on her, physically and mentally.
Yeah, kicking like that.
Well, I will say, as a family, we always have beautiful moments, but we'd be lying if we said we don't get into arguments. There's always an argument. There always is an argument. Always. And I'm like, it's inevitable. I'm sorry. You cannot put your family under the same roof again after people have removed themselves from being day to day with you to, it's just like, it can be a triggering thing. It's just like, you're in this, like for me, for example, I haven't lived with you guys since I was 20 years old. I'm going to be 33. That's 13 years ago.
Wow, Paul. When you say it like that, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. So
yeah,
when you really put everybody under one roof, it's like, okay, well, I'm not functioning like they are anymore. I've created my own separate life somewhere, and I like move and navigate differently. So then when you're around them and you love them and they do things that you're like, okay, like, why are you doing this or something? It's very hard to not feel like passionate and get like upset or frustrated about it. So I always feel like that's where our fights come from. Like,
they're stupid fights. Like,
no,
when you really
they're not stupid.
Not stupid.
They turn stupid because the meaning and the intention are always there, and I feel like there's always a bigger picture of what we're fighting about. Sure, it could be a small example, but the bigger principle to me is like what is important, but the schematics of it all. And Jordy said that me, you, and Brett argue in schematics. Like, it will be like, well, you did this, well, you did like, it just becomes too tit for tat type of deal, and then it loses like what the actual like conversation was supposed to be.
Like 2 years ago.
Kind of. Sometimes it can get down like that. But I always feel like the beauty of our family is that like no matter what issue or dilemma or challenge we have, we fight. Like that is what it is. Like we will always fight. We're humans. And like when I say fight, it doesn't mean like a full on like fist fight, but like we're gonna argue and have confrontation. But I always say like the most beautiful quality is that we
Arguments
always
are not a fight. I just read that.
there you go. Yes, because you take it
Arguments,
well,
yes.
good. You needed that more than anyone because you think every time it's like you think we should not fight at all. And I had to learn this. Like we are. It's just it's our arguments or differences are always going to show up. But I think the beauty in our family is that we always take time to listen to each other and like create space to like understand and
Yeah.
really take in why somebody feels the way that they do and apologize and own up to their parts. And it might not be immediate the way that I would like it because I hate letting shit harbor, but I think that's the best quality that we have as a family when those issues come up.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
We don't walk away from it and be like, I'm just not ever talking. You know, we don't do that kind of bullshit stuff.
No.
Well,
it weighs heavily on all of us.
It weighs very heavy on us. And I mean, we're a team. It's the three of us. We're a team. We're connected. So if, you know, if there's that hurt or something's going on, what kind of family would we be if we didn't sit and pursue it more and get to the end of it, that we can all come out learning hopefully something new, doing things better, listening, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So I was going to ask you, with that being said, what is one thing that you've taken away that you learned about yourself during this trip when an argument or a situation has come up? What's something that you've taken away that you're like, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that? I'll go first if you want to think about it. Let me go first.
Sure, go ahead.
So what I took away on the trip is that my delivery is bad sometimes, but my intentions are always pure and good. But the problem with that is when your delivery is fucked up, it can then turn somebody off to then feel like you lost the case because like you're already coming in hot, which makes somebody feel like they're on the defense because they have to feel like you're challenging them or something. So I feel like my delivery isn't bad, but my intentions are good. And I don't want to make someone always feel like I'm nitpicking them, because I feel like, you know, if someone does something and I keep critiquing something about them, they could start to internalize that nothing's ever good enough. And they then also have self-esteem issues, or they could start feeling badly about themselves. And I don't want to add to someone's inner dialogue that already maybe feels like insecure at times to add on to that. So I'm taking away that I can work on my delivery about how I bring something up to someone, so it feels like it's coming from a place of love as opposed of a place of feeling confrontational.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you. That's with everybody. You, Brett, Jordy, anybody.
Yeah. I think that which I've been working on, of trying to get my emotions more under control. I'm a very emotional person. It's just how I express, but it's also how I express myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not a screamer or a yeller or like throw things. You know what I mean? Like if I'm sad, angry, like I just express that way. And when I say that way, I mean tears.
Yes. It's hard to have a conversation with Barb when she gets worked up, because it usually ends in like you'll be upset about something, but then you're consoling her because she's now upset.
Right. And I don't do that for that purpose. It's just how I express my emotions. Yeah.
We're very emotionally charged humans.
Yes. And then
we got two. Okay.
Oh, well, I was just going to say,
great. I love the great.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you have children, each child is a different being.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard as as they grow, and their children, their babies, their children's, their adolescents, then they're like real adults. And it's very hard sometimes to maneuver how one is versus another one is, how to stay non-biased to both of them
Yeah.
and kind of be a mom. I think there was actually a couple times that I had to like put my foot down and be like, that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever done that where I'm like, that's it. It's done. Shut up, everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it would just, so I feel like sometimes I just have to be the mom sometimes. And no matter how old you are, I still sometimes have to treat you as both like, that is it. Go to your rooms almost, you know?
Yeah, but
And listen to both of yous, like, of what your needs are, what you need to be validated, what Brett's needs are, what he needs to be validated, and try to stay as neutral as possible, but call out also what needs to be called out.
yeah.
And that's hard for me because I don't like that. When I do that, like, I wouldn't want anybody to feel ganged up on. And that's sometimes you or Brett will have that feeling, and that's not what I like to come out from an argument that we're trying to move forward and do.
I feel conflicted because I never want someone to feel like ganged up on, but I also feel like what's right is right. And I feel like as your son, you play middleman too much, which is something that
Yeah.
upsets me because I feel like it's almost like if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I feel like, there's moments where you have the opportunity to like correct somebody and like you miss that opportunity because you'll say like you both, and I'm like, well, no, because Brett's in here like popping off at me and he's like talking shit, and like you'll be like, and I'm like, well, I'm sitting here and he's now going after me. And it's like, well, that's your moment to be like, hey, like, Brett, don't do that. And you won't. I always feel like you hold me at a different level of like checking me, but you don't check Brett the same way you check me.
Yeah, no. I am becoming aware of that, and that's something that I'll have to work on. But also, if I need to check you, you got to suck it up and take it and be like, no, you were wrong. This is how it was. That's it.
No, I
Or
will.
Brett, or
I will
Brett.
if it's shared equally. That's the thing. If you do it for both, I won't have a problem with it. But you can't all of a sudden decide to do it and then it's always like calling me out. Like that's where I'm like, we gotta like play equally here because they're like in an example of me and Brett getting into an argument, we can, and I use quotations around that because it's like I said, like we're just having discussions and they can get a little like passionate. But if there's a moment in that I'm sure that I did something wrong, like coming back, like instead of biting my tongue and coming back with something that feels like a little like rah rah, that's where I made the mistake, right? But like he also can make the mistake too by like continuing on and not stopping either, right? So I feel like they're both times that you could hold. Like I don't ever think that somebody in a conversation is like they're completely wrong or they're completely right. Like I think there's both sides if you're a rational
Yes.
human that like you're
Yes.
missing this mark here and you're missing this mark here. But I think like the problems of what happened is that they never are fixed early on and then they keep going. And that's where I'm like, well, mom, that's where you need to jump in and help, like say, hey, like Brett, you're wrong because you did this. Paul, you're wrong because you did this. Paul, you're right because you did this. Brett, you're right because you did this. Like there needs to be some type of like, you're not seeing this. This is like you're the mediator. Sometimes just being quiet and being like enough doesn't work because I feel shut down or I feel like we're not talking openly about like what we're actually witnessing. And I think that's what becomes frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
You're right. Damn girl, you about to break
Yeah.
it. You're right.
No, it's just it's a lot for a mom. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And
Well, because I think you always want to keep the title of like perfect mom, which you are, but I think what you're doing sometimes actually makes me get more upset that you're not standing like on something. Like you're not like standing on business. You're not like, hey, this is what it is. Like it actually, I think you think it's going to make us be more mad at you, but actually I think I would appreciate more if you were equal and divvying it out of being like, hey, this is a moment that you're wrong, but this is also a moment where you're wrong. Like just saying we're done, that's it. It's just shutting it down. That doesn't work for me because I'm like, no, that's not fixing it. Now we're like back to ground zero at this point. Like we need to tie
Yeah.
this up and move on from it.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. You know, I've never done this before. And now we're all, like I said, all adults, like real
Mhm.
adults. So it's new territory for any parent to now parent an adult, like a real adult. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's very hard to do that.
Well, that's where I feel like I have grace for you because I also feel like as you get older, we get older. I see my mom in a different light. I can't put expectations on her that are not just realistic expectations, right? I can't expect my mom, who has never done this before, who's never had the guidance properly from a parent herself, get the guidance properly from herself to also think that she's miraculously going to know how to do this all of a sudden, right? And just be perfect at it. Like that's just to me, that's not real life. So I think like all of these conversations that happen end up full picture where as bad and annoying and frustrating as they are, they actually always end up helping us grow closer and understand
Yeah.
each other better. And that's what I love the most, even though they're really fucking annoying to go through in the beginning. And there's
Yep.
usually some type of like, well, you're not listening to me. I'm crying. I'm annoying. Fuck you. You know,
No.
it's like, no one's saying fuck you, but you know what I
No,
mean?
yeah. No, it doesn't get like that. But
But but I'm saying like, you know, we always end up getting to the other side where I feel like we understand each other as humans and we are, I hope, you know, trying to all create grace, show grace to people in our family, the three of
yeah.
us.
Yeah. I agree.
So I'm sure Jordy was ready to cut his trip short and fly back to LA and leave our asses in the Poconos, but he stuck it out till the end.
He
So
stuck it out.
he did.
I
He
think
did.
he's learning our dynamics, and sometimes Jordy will put his input in, and sometimes it makes us all step back
Yeah,
because
that's great.
it's
It's some
another person, not I hate using the word outsider, but looking in and seeing the dynamics and really being able to call out who that person was, and we won't be like
yeah,
because it's not us.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It's somebody. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only the three of us. We've never had really somebody else in our dynamic that really
Yeah.
can facilitate. I mean, I feel that way when I'm with his family too, right? You see things
Yeah.
in a different perspective. And I think that's the point of having a healthy relationship is for someone to be like, hey, you're missing this and you need to see this. And here I'm delivering this to you on a silver platter to show
Yeah.
you like you need to work
And he
on this.
right, and he kind of breaks down things like, "Oh, well, Paul, blah, blah, blah," or, "Well, Barb, maybe Brett, you did do," you know what I mean? Like, it's all he's
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, he comes in on like, it's not always like, "Well, Paul was right," you know
No,
what I
he's not
mean?
like that with me.
No, no,
Yeah.
not at all. Yeah.
Yeah. He will call me out when I'm wrong.
100%, and I think we all appreciate that.
Even though that I'm not most of those times don't happen because 'cause I'm usually right, but the few times that I'm wrong, he does call me out on it.
Absolutely.
But it was a really great time, and I needed it, and I always love spending time with you and Brett and Jordan all together. It's nice to be able to do that, so,
Well, I mean, me and Jordy have a great time together.
I said, I had to make something. I made like a TikTok of it and showing you guys because I'm like, yo, these bitches are starting to like push me out of this
I
relationship. Every
know.
time they're together, they're like dancing. They got Azizum, right? Ed Sheeran was their inside joke that every time it came on, they would break out into song and dance. I'm like, where am I at fitting in this equation anymore?
You're out. You and
I,
Jordy.
I'm out
Yeah, I
clearly.
know.
Well, speaking of out, because I hope that you're going to go out on a date with one of these guys that I'm hoping to see if some magic is made. So, as everybody knows, you know, the season finale of the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast is a big doozy. We're going to have a two-parter where we have potential men that, you know, are
Potential.
potential men that, you know, are going to come on and we're going to do a Sun edition of like the Newlywed Game. Essentially, I'm going to like ask these guys, you know, their vibes, some questions. We're going to see if they're a right fit for Barb. And what I decided to do, where Barb was a little upset that I didn't run this by her, but I had reached out to somebody that I know who is a matchmaker and put out a little blurb for my mom to see what kind of men she had as clients, to see that would be a great fit for her. Mom, are you ready to hear what I had said? I want to read it to the people.
Oh my God. Now, people, I did not know this was happening to like that he reached out to like
A
this
matchmaker.
matchmaker. Like, not only does he put me on dating apps, but then to a
And
matchmaker.
not only do I have a podcast where I'm helping my
Yeah.
mom find love, now I'm reaching out to local
Because
matchmakers.
he had asked me like some random questions, and I was just like, yeah, oh, you know, and answered a couple of them. And then
I
said,
sent her this email, and I really wrote a nice pitch for Barb to really showcase who she is. So Barbara is 57 and one of the most loving, loyal, and welcoming people you'll ever meet. She's been a nurse for nearly 20 years and naturally steps into the role of caretaker, not just for her patients, but her friends, family, and anyone lucky enough to be close to her. She's the proud mom of 2 sons, both of whom are gay. No, I'm just kidding. Both of whom she's extremely close with. When she's not working, you'll likely find her by the ocean or a pool with a good thriller novel, probably something by James Patterson, which she told me was incorrect, so I don't know why I thought
very
that.
incorrect.
And a big smile on her face. She loves action-packed films like Mission Impossible, as you all know on this podcast, and anything James Bond. She never misses her daily steps, might be inaccurate, and loves pairing her walks with a great self-help podcast, either Mel Robbins or Jay Shetty or the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast.
Right? That's all true. That's facts.
Barbara is nurturing, easy to talk to, and radiates an energy that draws people in instantly. That's pretty damn good if you ask me.
Yes, it is. I agree.
So that is out in the
With that
ether.
being said.
Yeah, we are working on that, and we have 8 episodes to go where that will happen. So
Oh, I'm going out of the country for a month.
in 8 weeks, that's when it happened. Your trip.
Yeah.
That's when you have to plan.
It's a 10-week out of the country.
Well, listen, I'll find you. I got your location, so you
Yes,
can't go
that's
too damn
true.
far. But the
Yeah.
people have invested this long, and we got to see you put your knowledge and techniques to use. So we'll see how that goes. And the time being, I'm really excited for next week's episode because we have my girl Jessica Hawk, who was my high school teacher.
So
and
crazy.
I know, and I absolutely love her. She's known on social media as my teacher face, and she's a viral sensation. But the reason that I really wanted to have her on, besides that, I just love her and I love like what she stands for morally, ethically. She's very open about being like a woman in her 50s who you can relate to, who, got out of a marriage later on in life and then ended up, like finding who she was outside of that marriage and then building this foundation on her own of her life, of what that looks like.
Retiring.
Yeah, retiring. And here she lives alone, has a boyfriend, and they live, separate lives from some part of the week, but then, have a designated time to like get together. And to me, it's the kind of a perfect relationship. So
Perfect.
yeah, it's literally what you would like for sure. So
for sure.
we really enjoyed our conversation with her, and I'm excited for you guys to listen to that next week. And I'm sure everybody can take a little something away from it. So until then, thank you everyone for listening to us. It was so nice to be able to hop back in the driver's seat and kiki with you, Mom, and give everyone who's listening a little conversation. And I have to obviously always say this like I do at the end of every episode, but make sure you are listening on Apple, Spotify at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. You're locked in over there. you're subscribed on YouTube at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom, where all of our episodes go there live Monday at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST. Make sure you're following us at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I feel like the content's getting pretty fucking good. Like we're really like stepping into it more. Like
I agree.
I love what we're doing. I feel like we kind of just sat back and we're like, we're just having fun with this. I think in the beginning you always kind of get like, all right, what am I doing? What is this? And I
Right.
think we're
In
getting
your head.
yes.
Yeah.
We're having a lot more fun with it. So
I mean, look at us. We just chit-chatted for an hour. We caught everybody up. We had our stories. We let everybody know what's happening.
and just to let people know, this is going straight up. No editing. This is a live episode. I
Yeah.
don't have time. It's late at night on a Sunday. I'm ready to sit there and say,
Girl, I've been up since 5 a.m.
I'm cracking up. I have Jordy over here cheering us on. He wrote on a notepad. Let me see it. He's over here hyping us up, sit outside the studio like the Today Show. And it says, look, we love Barb.
I love Jordy.
We love our fans in the apartment studio with us. Well, I know our fans love your signature outro, so please give it to the people, Mom. It's been a while, so I hope you remember what it is.
I hope I remember. Please, though, I can't forget this.
Well,
Guess what? I'm hanging up now. Gotta go. That wasn't it.
That wasn't it. See? Girl, come on.
I know. All right. Bye. I'm hanging up now.
Call you later.
Call you later.
Girl, you're fired. All right. Love you.
I love you. See you next week.
All right. Until then, hang in
Until
there.
then.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.